Hey guys, welcome to another video. You've seen it in the title already. You know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw a landscape study every day for a week, and I'm really excited to do this. I'm also really scared because I never draw landscapes, which is why I really wanted to do that with landscapes, because I need to practice them very desperately. I want to stop rambling and jump in. Today's Monday and I'm gonna start my first painting now. Yay! I think for today I'm going to look for a photograph that has very clear and broad shapes, where I can focus on the shapes first before worrying about any detail. Yeah, which one will I take? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna do this. Alright, I'm gonna stop here. I have 7.5 minutes left, but I think I can't really push this painting any further. And yeah, so here's the reference that I had, and here's the painting. And at the beginning I thought, okay, this is hard, this is not gonna work. I think for a first try I'm actually okay with it. I think it's okay. It could have been so much worse, so yay! On to the next day. Good day to you. Today is Tuesday and it's the second day of my landscape painting week. Yeah, so I'm standing very awkwardly right now. Yeah, I'm gonna start painting today, but before I do that I thought I would actually show you my old landscape paintings. You've seen the level I'm at now, but I wanted to show you my older landscape drawings that I've done, and they are pretty old, so a fair warning, these are all pre-2016. So yeah, I'm gonna show you my old drawings. Whee! Here they are. Yeah, this is my first ever landscape painting. I think this is from 2011 or maybe 2012, I'm not sure, one of those. Yeah, these are all from around the same time. Look at these lovely grass bushes over there. Oh yeah, that was my first try drawing mountains. When you look at it closely, you can tell that I was using my brushes at a lower opacity. I was never painting at full opacity, and that's why it looks so like blotchy and weird, because I was too scared to work at 100% opacity. Oh yeah, I really like this one. Is this bigger? Yeah, okay. This was one of my first Photoshop paintings as well. Again, the opacity problem. Never working on full opacity, because I didn't know how to paint yet and I was scared. Sketches. That's a Photoshop painting, quite old as well, but definitely better already. Definitely overused the textured brushes here, but yeah, definitely moving in a better direction now. What's this? Oh my god. Yeah, this was a photo study. Tried a little cityscape here. This one I still really like. I think this is also a photo study, and again in Psy, not in Photoshop. With Paint Tool Psy I didn't really have issues working on full opacity and working with very like apparent brush strokes, but once I moved to Photoshop I got scared. Or it was just that I didn't know how to use Photoshop. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then I didn't do landscapes for a long time. If you compare the old ones with the one that I drew now, you can definitely tell that I have improved, even though I haven't specifically practiced landscape painting. And I think that's because I have practiced painting in general. Landscapes are also just shapes. You can break them down into shapes, and as long as you know how to shade certain shapes, I think it'll help you with the landscapes, no matter if you have practiced that specifically or not. So I think that's why I improved, because I just practiced painting in general. But it's still very hard, I have to tell you. Landscapes are not easy. I'm just used to drawing people. I like drawing faces, and they're just squishy and, you know, not very angular, and I struggle, and I still lack a lot of the fundamentals too. So that's definitely an issue, but I think with doing these photo studies, that's how I can learn more of the fundamentals and kind of get an eye for seeing those shapes and yeah, how to paint them in. This is the reference photo for the day, and I'm gonna start now. Wish me luck! It turned out okay. It was a struggle, and I realized that I struggle especially with getting the shapes right. You can tell that I kind of couldn't pull that off and kind of copy the shapes. You know, I didn't try to copy the shapes directly. I didn't want it to be an exact copy, but I would have liked it to look a little bit more closer to the original. And I really struggled with that. I also struggled a lot with the clouds because I don't have a cloud brush, so I had to improvise and use other brushes, and that kind of didn't work out so well. But I think shape-wise, it's okay. I think it's okay. It's not a fail. And happy Wednesday to you. Let's not talk and just move on to the painting. This is my reference picture for today. I'm really excited to work on this. Let's go! This was super tricky. Again, I focused on the shapes. I think I could have worked more in the foreground because in the end I tried to, I don't know what I did. With the background, like the trees, they were tricky because I don't have leaf brushes. I don't have any landscape painting brushes, so I just tried to, you know, make it look kind of dynamic by blurring a lot. And honestly, for me it's about capturing the mood and the shapes and not making it look exactly like foliage. So for me that's fine. I'm definitely gonna look more into getting some foliage brushes. Yeah, this is also, I think, the first time where I used almost the full hour for this painting. The other ones I was done with almost after half an hour, so yeah. So far, I'm definitely noticing that I'm relaxing a bit more when going into a painting. I have more of an idea of what kind of first steps I can take. I know that on Monday I was really overwhelmed looking at the painting, and I was like, where do I start? Like, how is this gonna turn out in the end? And they always turned out in the end. So today I was much more confident and I knew I could pull something off. It's not a great painting, but for my standard it's actually totally fine, you know, considering I never draw landscapes. I think it's okay. So yeah, I'm noticing some sort of relaxation settling in so far, and I'm really excited to continue tomorrow. Happy Thursday. Yeah, happy Thursday. Yeah, it's pretty much the half point of this challenge, I guess. After today I will have made 4 out of 7 drawings. Yeah, I'm gonna do another one with trees today because it really bothered me yesterday that I couldn't figure out the trees in the background, so I'm gonna do something similar again today. And I also realized that I do have foliage brushes, so I'm gonna try and use these today. We'll see how that works. So yeah, and that's my reference for today, so let's do this. I think this is the first painting where I really started to have fun, like actual fun. It was still tricky, but I especially loved working on the foreground, on these like bushels of plants in the foreground. And I think because I was starting to have fun, I was becoming less and less fearful. I was just, you know, trying several things, and I don't know how to describe to you this feeling of not worrying about how it's gonna look or how I'm gonna fail or something like that. But this painting was the first time where it felt very freed almost, you know, and I was having a blast. Tricky with this one, definitely the kind of pathway. I didn't really bother detailing it a lot. You can tell that in the end it is still pretty rough. But yeah, I had fun and I didn't overuse the the foliage brushes either. I'm very proud of myself for not spamming the shit out of these foliage brushes. I'm happy with this one and can't wait for tomorrow. Yay! Hello, it's Friday. Let's not waste any time. This is my reference. Let's go. Alright, so today I went back and did a mountain rock study. After doing two with trees and more, organic textures, I wanted to go back and do a mountain, and it worked pretty well. It took me a while to figure out how to get texture in there without overusing the texture brushes, because at the beginning I was using pretty smooth brushes and then it just didn't look like a mountain because mountains are so full of texture. Yeah, but after a while I kind of figured out how to use texture brushes without overusing them and just adding hints of texture here and there. I didn't use the full hour for this one either. I think 45 minutes or something like that. And that was okay. I felt like I obviously could have moved on. Like, you can always do more and detail it more and make it better. But after, 45 minutes, I was like, okay, I feel like I have captured the mood and the overall shapes of this reference well enough to move on now. So yeah, I definitely was a bit more scared with this one than I was yesterday. I didn't have as much fun. I think mountains are still very daunting for me because it's not easy. It's not easy to pull all those like shapes off, and I still have to practice them a lot. But yeah, overall, I'm still happy with what I'm doing. I am very surprised that I haven't had this complete fail moment yet this week. That's a very good sign. So yeah, I'm definitely noticing that I prefer drawing foliage. I never would have thought that, but after the last 2 days, I just have this itch now to go back and draw foliage for some reason. And yeah, I just can't wait to draw more of that. Alright, so here's the finished thing, and let's move on to tomorrow. Hello, I hope you're having an amazing Saturday, or you had. Anyways, this is my reference for today. I'm gonna try and draw something with a little bit more texture, and I'm really nervous about this, but yay, let's do it. Okay, right off the bat, I think this is my first official fail for this week, and that's okay. I realized pretty quickly that this reference picture was a bit too ambitious. It's very detailed, and there are a few broader shapes, like the trees for example, but the rest pretty much blends in with each other because the rest is just foliage and trees and leaves and little, just plants, and they all just mush into each other. I don't know how to describe that. I mean, you can see the picture, you probably know what I mean. And that was very hard. Yeah, I couldn't pull that off. I struggled a lot. I think if I had more time, if I would actually go in and spend a couple hours on this, it could have turned out like the others had. But that's where I failed. I think I was a bit too ambitious with this. I wanted to practice the textures, but it probably would have been better if I had singled out one tree or one part of the picture and had done a detailed study on just that instead of trying to pull off the entire picture. But I would say this is a fail, but I'm not discouraged by it. I knew this would happen sometime. I can still see an improvement to my first drawing of this week, so only one left to go. Jesus. And it's Sunday, it's the last day, and I haven't really done anything with water yet, so I'm gonna try this one. So exciting. Right, so this is my last painting. I don't think this is my best one, which I wish it would work like that. That every time you draw something, you just improve. But improvement doesn't work like this. So this, I think, is not my best one this week, but I'm still happy with it. It was quite a simple one, but I hadn't done anything with water yet, and that was a lot of fun to do. Yeah. So here's all of them in a row so you can kind of compare them, and honestly I'm really glad I did this challenge. I don't think I have improved loads. I have learned things here and there, but there wasn't like a big jump of improvement, which I didn't expect because a week is a very short amount of time. But one thing that I can take from this challenge is that I've learned to combat this fear of just starting and jumping in and to just practice it. Landscapes are a very daunting topic. It can be very scary. There are so many things that you have to pay attention to. It can be overwhelming, and that's why I've never taken the plunge, you know, and just jumped into the water and practiced my butt off. Honestly, I've been too scared to do it. That's the whole reason behind it. With anything, the first step is always the hardest, and once you've taken that first step and you moved on and taken another step and then another one, every new step will get easier, and you will have failures in a while. You will maybe stumble along your way, but you will keep moving, and that's the most important thing. And I think I will keep moving with my landscapes. I think the one from Friday turned out the best, but honestly, now that I've seen all of them in a row, I think Saturday is actually my favorite, even though that's the one that I completely failed, you know, where I couldn't even get to somewhere in an hour. But looking at it now, I'm immensely proud that I just pulled through, because I know that while drawing it, I felt like giving up the whole time. I felt like this is not going to turn out, and I knew it wasn't going to turn out, but I didn't give up, and I think the result isn't bad at all. And I think that's like an overall mood with this challenge. I'm just very proud that I pushed through, and I'm gonna continue. Thank you so much for watching this video and going on this journey with me. I want to shout out my good friend Illy. Her name is Ivy, or Creative Ivy. I'm gonna plug her everywhere and in the description, so please check her out, because she did this challenge with me, and that helped me a lot to be able to log into Instagram each day and to see what she has done and to be motivated by that as well. And thank you so much. I haven't been very happy with the qualities of my videos that I've uploaded recently. I'm kind of working on getting that sorted out. I don't know what it is at the moment. I'm still a bit, you know, the new year is just a little bit all over the place right now, but bear with me, and I'm gonna continue making content for you, and I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye!